name is Catherine Hamby, and I'm doing my Persuasive Speech for SPD 100 online. The United States is the world's largest trash-producing country, generating 1,609 pounds of trash per person per year. Recycling is necessary to reduce waste, decrease pollution, and preserve our natural resources. I will now tell you the details of why we need to recycle. I will begin by sharing with you some startling statistics. The United States population makes up 5% of the world's total population. The United States produces 40% of the world's total waste. And yet the United States recycles only 28% of the waste that it produces. Since 1980, America's municipal solid waste has increased by 60%. That is 246 million tons generated in the year 2005 alone. As you can see, the United States produces an excessive amount of trash. It is important to recycle in order to reduce the amount of waste that we are creating. Much of the trash that we throw away ends up in landfills, which grow larger and larger every day. We are literally running out of places to put our trash. Recycling can greatly help to reduce the space that our waste takes up. It is important to reduce our waste in order to lessen the damage we are doing to our environment. The trash that does not end up in landfills is processed by municipal waste combustors. These are incinerators that burn garbage. According to the Environmental Protection Agency's website, emissions from MWCs contain organic emissions, metal emissions, and acid gas emissions. These pollutants can cause adverse effects to the public health and to the environment. For instance, dioxin, lead, and mercury can bioaccumulate in the environment. Acid gases contribute to the acid rain that lowers the pH of surface waters and watersheds, harms forests, and damages buildings. Additionally, nitrogen oxide emissions can contribute to ground-level ozone, which is associated with a number of adverse health and environmental effects. One very commonly used substance can cause great damage to our environment if not disposed of properly. This substance is motor oil. Only 1 quart of oil can contaminate 2 million gallons of water, as you can see in this picture. There is no reason for this to happen, as oil can be recycled and refined in order to be reused. Recycling uses significantly less energy than it would take to use all fresh material. It also prevents global warming. According to the National Recycling Coalition, in the year 2000, recycling of solid waste prevented the release of 32.9 million metric tons of carbon equivalent into the air. Not only is it important to keep from polluting our surroundings with our waste, it is also important to slow down our consumption of our natural resources in order to preserve the environment for future generations. Recycling can also preserve the environment and natural resources. According to Jane Brody of the New York Times, 100 acres of forests are cut down every minute. Reusing materials means using up less of our natural resources, and it also protects wildlife by reducing damage to their homes. As you can see, recycling is essential to decreasing pollution and preserving our environment. We must do this for ourselves, our world, and the future generations to come. As Gaylord Nelson, the co-founder of Earth Day, states, the ultimate test of man's conscience may be his willingness to sacrifice something today for future generations whose words of thanks will not be heard.